as you grow bigger, then it's like your audience, not necessarily everybody would like to spend on game, right? There would be some user who would be willing to see an ad. So such avenues work, when you're ready to have alternate means of monetizing as well. So I think it's a good supplementary revenue to a game. As a kid, I followed cricket and Formula One very passionately. Those were two sports that I really cared about. And I knew all the players, all the teams. And that was my, what should I say, my big memory of the childhood, that how those two sports were an important part of me. And then when I went on to college, the touch with the sport kind of went down a little bit, because again, in college, you don't have a TV in your room, and you have friends and courses and so many things to catch up. So that went on a bit of, the sport actually went on a bit on a passive mode for me. And then I worked for a couple of years at Indian Oil, and then I decided to do my MBA at ISB. Now, MBAs in general are very hectic, and that's where I started playing some of the mobile games, which kind of helped me give a bit of a break, which was like very refreshing. And it helped me de-stress, because again, you cannot take out an hour of leisure when you're doing an MBA, but sometimes, just 5-10 minutes of zoning out helps you. So that kind of got me into the habit of playing for, maybe 15-20 minutes across once or twice a day. And then I moved on to Amazon. I was working in a leadership role in the Amazon team. And it was quite interesting that even though I was working, the daily habit of playing the game continued. And I could see that a lot of people around me, be it juniors or senior managers, they were also playing mobile games. In fact, Clash of Clans was quite popular among them. Now that seemed very interesting, because mobile gaming was like a new form of entertainment which had emerged, and it was so accessible, like anybody, anywhere could just play for 10 minutes and relax. And that kind of presented a very big opportunity, that, if you can create something in the mobile gaming space which millions and millions of people could access and play at any time, that would be big. And I always resonated with cricket, and I knew that nothing like this was there for cricket. My co-founder Kashyap shared the equal passion for cricket. In fact, he was one of the top, he was the number one player from India for a football manager game. And he had come back from Sweden to design something that can be like, a cricket game for the audience in India and globally. So I knew him from VIT, and both of us thought that, this could be an opportunity of a lifetime if we could create a cricket game which is highly accessible, which someone from a 10-year-old to a 60-year-old, from tier 2 town to even in Australia or UK could play the game. Then, we can create something really, really massive. And that is the opportunity we decided to target. And I quit my job at Amazon, and Kashyap and I, we teamed up together to start Hitwicket. Yeah, so it was definitely unconventional, and I would say that it was unconventional on multiple grounds. So for example, I was working at Amazon. It was the number one company in the world, and it was in an e-commerce industry, which was like something that everybody wanted to get into. So leaving a very promising industry and going into gaming, then leaving a leadership role and actually going into a startup. So it was a very, very unconventional path, I would say. And the third part is, okay, if you're a woman, you should probably think of something which is more stable. So all those things were there. But I always felt that you should take risk, and when you're taking risk, you take it at a time where you're most energized about taking it. So that was my moment where I was like, if I want to try something in life, I want to do it now. And there will, no matter what path you take, it will always have its ups and downs. But it's like what you focus on. That is something that I have always told myself, that there are 99 reasons to not do something, but you just need one reason to do something, and you should focus on what you can do rather than all the noise that is around you. So you got to differentiate between what is music and what is noise, and follow the music, which is what you want to do. So yeah, I tried to stay focused on what I wanted to do, and yeah, I thought let's just go with that flow. So I'll tell you, as a founder, as an entrepreneur, your customers mean everything to you, because at the end of the day, you're not building something for yourself, but you're trying to build something for millions of people out there, and we are building a game. So our primary USP is that the game should be fun and it should make people smile and feel happy. I can tell you that, it's a very strong reason why people play games, to feel good. And, because it's a virtual world, sometimes in the real world, things may not be very rosy for you, or you may be just having a bad day. That's when you play a game and you completely forget the real world for those couple of minutes, and sometimes you end up feeling happy and even more positive when you started the game originally. So when we hear users reach out to us that how much they love the game, how the game has actually given them a bit more confidence, or sometimes when they've been through a bad phase, how the game was something that they looked at, how the game has helped them become friends with other people. So these are all the stories, be it in terms of user reviews or people mailing us or reaching out to us and saying that, they just love the game. I think that is the biggest validation that, okay, what we are trying to do is working, and it gives immense joy that, okay, yeah, this is what we wanted. We wanted people to feel happy when they play the game. In fact, recently we had a big competition in the game where people from all age groups and all cities could compete, and the winner of the tournament is a 21-year-old girl from Vijayawada, and she beat an IT professional from Lahore. So that event was actually very inspirational to see that this is a great validation of what we wanted to build. And cricket is like that, right? It doesn't matter what background you come from, whether you're a man or a woman, it's all about strategy. Anybody can put that into practice and play. So yeah, like that, there are a lot of we feel proud about playing the game. People have come back and said that, okay, they did not know that such a game like this exists, and it is from India, where they thought that, okay, maybe somebody from US had made the game. So yeah, these are all validations. I cannot say that it's a single moment, but anytime a user compliments us, that's the real deal for us. We did a lot of internal play testing where we wanted to ensure that if something is fun for us, then it could be fun for others also. So there was a lot of sharing of the gameplay, getting feedback from friends, even some of our extended friends we shared. We tried to get feedback. We iterated on how the game should be, and then there was a lot of organic and word of mouth growth as well that happened for the game. And because the game was fun, there were good reviews for the game, so even the algorithms, the Google and App Store algorithm would push the game and help us get new users. Got it. Yeah, so the idea was that monetization should be bit of a enhanced experience. So at any point of time, if people want to, let's say, have a faster progress or they want to play more matches, there should be an avenue that should exist for them. So when we wanted to build a game where it should be very heavy on the user experience, that's why we never had any ads in the game. And our benchmark was Clash of Clans or Clash Royale by Supercell, where the game is so engaging that out of delight, people spend on the game. So when we launched the game itself, within few months, we had given some avenues to the users to make in-app purchases as well. So it was not a specific moment where we felt that, okay, now I can start monetizing users. We just opened up some avenues for the users. And then when we saw that, okay, people were actually very interested in buying new players, or they wanted to, speed up their progress, that's when we started adding more content that could be monetized. Yeah, I think these platforms are a great way to reach out to users. And, nowadays, practically everybody plays a game. So it's not like, you have to convert somebody to try a new game. The game can actually do the selling for itself, given that people have shown the propensity to play games, to download games, even spend time on them. That's why, if you have channels by which you can actually reach out to users, then it's very beneficial for game developers. Monetization in general is a byproduct of retention and engagement. If people are actually engaging with the game, the features, that's when the monetization happens. So usually before monetization itself, we know that if users are playing more matches, or they're spending more time on the game, they will show a higher likeliness to convert into paying users. And purely tracking on the monetization metrics, we track the conversion rate, which is that what percentage of users are converting from installs to actually payers in the game. And if they have converted, then what is the first purchase that they are making, and in general, in the 7-day period, how much they spend, in a 30-day period, how much do they spend, what does their spending journey look like over a course of, say, 1 year, for that matter. So these are like some of the important metrics at a higher level. And then obviously there is a deep dive where you're seeing that, okay, how many spenders are moved from first month to second month. So what is the month-on-month retention of the payers? What is the month-on-month spending of each payer? No, I think that segment definitely makes sense. And like I said, that, as you grow bigger, then it's like your audience, not necessarily everybody would like to spend on game, right? There would be some user who would be willing to see an ad. So such avenues work, when you're ready to have alternate means of monetizing as well. So I think it's a good supplementary revenue to a game. I would also add to it that, both ad-based monetization and in-app based monetization, or a combination of both, it works very well. And based on how the game is designed, it can be structured. But I think in general, a lot of the ads give a good revenue stream for users who may not otherwise monetize. One, I would say, is you got to believe in yourself, no matter how cliche it may sound, but it's very true. And the journey is what is the most fulfilling of all, because whatever you learn, how you absorb, and how you grow as an individual is in that journey itself. So it's like, if somebody dreams of becoming the number one tennis player in the world. Now, whether they land at number one or number two or number three, in that entire journey, there are so many things that they would have learned and they would have evolved, which is applicable in their professional life, personal life, all spheres of life, I would say. So it's not that from day one you're cut out for something. It's going to be a long drawn process. It's going to be a long journey. It's not going to be an easy journey for sure. But it's a very fulfilling journey, is what I would say. And that's why have faith in yourself that, okay, maybe today I may not be the best person to solve this problem, but couple of years later, I would be the best. Or even if not the best, at least I would have reached a very good level in solving this problem that I want to solve at scale. So belief in yourself is a must. And the second thing I would say is that everybody will have an opinion of you or what you're trying to do, but make sure that you absorb what you need to absorb, and you probably reflect back things which you should not absorb. So I think that bit of selective absorption is very important, where you should be able to differentiate that what feedback, what advice is valuable to me, and what advice is something that I could just, bounce it back. So I think apply these two things, and then in the end, I think whatever happens, we can't change that, but we can always feel very satisfied that we gave it our best shot.